Welcome to Pulse. We have a great guest. I don't even have to announce him. So, seriously, like this dude is beast.
That's the name of y'all's podcast, Post?
Pulse.
Pulse, like a pulse.
Yeah.
That's intense, bro.
Well, hey, this is how intense it gets.
Look at that.
Yeah, man.
It's for free.
Pulse that was a free haircut?
No.
I mean, a free tattoo?
Yeah.
I know that was a free haircut.
It goes all the way up,
Yeah.
down. We did that on the podcast. Like,
Oh, you told me about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is an intense podcast for sure. Pulse just sounds like a heavy metal band.
Pulse.
Fuck yeah.
We do it for the Instagram is Pulse, and then for YouTube we have a Pulse Otaku Gaijin, which is called a foreign nerd. You know what I mean? In Japanese. Yeah.
You have like uncles or anybody that make fun of you for the podcast?
Yeah, my uncles, especially like if they're
like balls.
Especially, man, since they can't really pronounce a lot of it. They're like, we're trying to
The
look you up.
Mexicanos or what?
Yeah. But
It's tough, bro. It's tough being a Mexican anime fan.
Yeah, it is. Dude, because I'm probably older than all of y'all, but like growing up in the hood, like you get with for being a nerd, you know what I mean? If you make good grades, you're a nerd. Or if you like comic books, you're a nerd, you know what I mean? And then you have to bang because if they with you, then you got to stick up for yourself, you know what I mean? So then then it's like just banging all the time, you know what I mean?
Me and Jaime used to have to wait till our friends would, like after school, our friends would get on the bus and take off. And then once they would leave, we'd act like we missed the bus. And then we'd go walk to the comic book store.
High school and shit.
I had a buddy, his name was Rudy. And he would come to my house because he was a secret nerd, right? But he was all Mexicano, right? But he would bring over his Sega and we'd play games, right? And then he was like, "Hey, don't talk to me at school."
yeah. But did you guys have to do where, like, with my cousins when they wanted to watch like Dragon Ball or anything like that, they only spoke Spanish, so I had to, like, for the longest time I was just watching Dragon Ball Z in just Spanish. It was such a weird transition for me.
I didn't have cable, so I was like, I mean, I got it pretty early. I was maybe like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
No, I might have been a little older actually. But I never had cable into my room. So I was maybe like 9 or 10. But we had a TV in our kitchen, this little white TV, and we had like 30 channels on it. Mm-hmm. So all we had was like a couple Spanish channels. But I remember my favorite channel was like, because it was the only one with entertaining shit at the time, was like CW. It was like CW 33, or like My 27.
Oh, yeah.
So before I got into like anime or anything like that, or any type of shows, I was really into Reba.
That was a good show.
And Reba Mori. Those were like my shows. But once I got cable, yeah.
I like the black dudes, and they're like, "Yo!" When they find out they're not the father.
They would follow the girls too backstage and just be like, yeah.
Rub it in their face, right? Look at you.
Once I got cable, then I started watching just anything. I always would see Dragon Ball because my older cousin would watch it. But I wouldn't really know what was going on until I got a little older. I just see fighting, you know?
Yeah. I mean, that's what all it was about.
Right.
They're punching each other.
And
Fighting.
there was like 3 episodes of them just screaming,
Yeah.
leveling up or whatever.
They would, if you got, I learned this pretty early on when I got into the show. This got annoying, was like, if you got challenged to a fight, like halfway through the episode, that fight wasn't gonna start till the next episode. They would just stare off and talk shit for like 20 minutes. The narrator would just emphasize everything that's going on.
This is what he's doing while he's doing it. Yeah.
Find out next time.
What was y'all's first comic books, man? Like, 'cause I remember mine.
Mine was The Flash.
The Flash.
Oh.
Okay.
Good one.
That's why I always had a lot of Flash comic books.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. One of the first comic books I ever bought, my dad actually took me to a comic book store, and I bought a random issue of the Civil War whole thing.
with Captain America.
Yeah, Captain America and Iron Man.
Yeah.
And yeah, those sold out pretty fast though. So I had like one issue, and then I remember the guy at the store trying to be like, "Well, we got like the graphic novel if you want the thing," and it looked cool, but I was like, "That's not where it's at." Yeah, like I wanted the issues, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was Civil War. So when I saw the Civil War movies come out, that was my first, which I'm sure like a lot of, comic book fans feel this all the time. But when I saw that Civil War movie come out, I was like, oh shit, like I actually read this like years ago. Like that was wild.
When you read it and then you see it, you're like, they made so many changes.
Yeah.
I know.
I was like, yo, there's like 100 heroes missing from this movie. A lot of people not dead right now.
Man, because for me, my first comic book was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That was my very first ones. To this day, still one of my favorite.
I still have like old not like old, but like Spider-Man issues from when I was like in high school. A lot of the comics I would collect though. Some of them was like, all right, I like the storyline here. Like I want this whole little series or whatever. But a lot of them was just like the art, like the cover.
Oh yeah, it's like Spawn.
Yeah. Oh, I love Spawn, bro.
Out with Top Cow or Image Comics at the time because Top Cow bought Image, but Spawn, the artists were.
Mine was Ghost Rider. Mine was Ghost Rider. I loved his images on that one.
Yeah.
I never really meet a whole lot of like Cyclops fans, but I like Cyclops. And there's this one comic, it's one of my favorite comics. I still haven't even read it. I just got it because of the cover though. It's like real dark, and he's like on his, I think he's on his knees or something, and he's just like this, and he's like beams are just, like it's like a big beam to the sky like that, and the beam is the only light like on the cover, So it's like tight. But yeah, once I saw it, I was like, hell yeah! I just picked up like 2 copies of it. Yeah.
But I mean, how you still do the comics, man? Or you're like,
No. I'm into Scott Pilgrim right now. So.
Scott Pilgrim.
In Netflix.
No, the graphic. Yeah, the graphic. Yeah.
That's badass too.
Yeah, it is.
And I know you talked about it on your set, man, but is your stack actually like you have a huge stack, or it's more like?
I have boxes, bro. I got like so one day I saw this box, and I just started putting it's like 4 comics, right? I started putting my comics in there, and then it fit. I was still like high school maybe. It fit pretty much all of them, and then I was like, all right, I should probably chill on comics for a little while. And then there's that artist. I think I might be wrong. It might not have been his. But anyway, I saw another box with like a bunch of Marvel heroes on it, and I liked the design of it, and it was like, all right, I probably should get more comics.
So that one up.
Yeah.
And so if I stack all the comics, probably by now it'll be like right here or something, like at least 4 feet or something, I don't know. But yeah, I got a lot of them.
Try to keep them mint or anything like that, or you're more like.
I just try to make sure that nobody fucks with them or like.
Right.
I do have a lot of them in the sleeves, so just extra protection. But I also have a lot of like.
Do you have mangas?
I got some mangas, but just Dragon Ball and some Naruto.
Yeah.
I'm like a basic anime fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like I never got into One Piece. I saw your One Piece tattoo.
Yeah, I got into it during the lockdown because I already caught up on everything else. I'm like, all right, let's start it. Now I'm caught up. So like for us, it's more. I'll probably think I'll get another anime one. Probably in the back. It'll be a big piece. I'll probably get something like that with like the big 3. We got Bleach, Naruto, One Piece with Goku in the background. When they're little kids and Goku's kind of like patting their head. The big 3 with everyone always throws in Dragon Ball Z as the big 3. I consider him more like the Godfather. Like he just kind of started it for everybody.
True.
You know what I mean?
This is how I know I'm old school, bro. It's like my personal big 3 is Dragon Ball Z, Naruto, and Cowboy Bebop.
Oh, Cowboy Bebop. The illustration on that one was so fire, dude.
The writing, like that's the whole. I feel like every anime is very, not every anime, but a lot of animes are very like it's about having heart, It's about like fighting, going forward and stuff. Cowboy Bebop was just this kind of shit that it almost felt like it came out of a novel or something.
Yes.
There's a lot of fucking like symbolism and shit. Like,
Yeah.
but it also is just cool to see like space bounty hunters, but they still have like 1990s guns. You know what I mean? Like this shit is cool.
Hey, have you ever watched Demon Slayer? Oh.
When I tell you that's the only 3 anime I've seen, that's the only 3 anime I've seen.
You have to watch it.
Demon Slayer, it's a good one, especially with the manga.
Oh, the artistry
it's already
is
done.
Sick, dude. Yeah.
Check that out. But yeah, I like the mangas, bro. I even like those like kind of fan made mangas that some people make.
Oh yeah.
Somebody one time made a manga where it was like it was Dragon Ball, but if Vegeta had landed on Earth instead of Goku.
I did read that.
You read that?
Yeah,
I only read like the first issue, like, but man, that was badass. Even the art was just badass. Like, I wanted copies of it just for myself.
But once Goku arrives on Earth,
Yeah.
it's just so like vicious with it. Dude, just seeing Goku that way was
Yeah,
just crazy.
that's tight. Bulma's was walking around with Vegeta, little Vegeta, like that shit was
Hey,
tight.
so did you ever get into hentai?
Nah.
I was gonna ask about that. I thought it was one of those tags where you get lost. Return to the address. I was gonna ask you about that, but
That's how I find them.
They tag them, they're gonna make them into beef later. The cows.
Nah, he has one of the characters from Demon Slayer. He has like those earrings like that. So.
Nah, it was pretty sick. I
Yeah,
like
I like it.
thing.
Yeah, I'm old as and I'm rocking this shit. Well, fuck it.
You say you be skateboarding?
Yeah.
Man, I'm pretty. Like I watch on my saved reels and shit.
Yeah.
It's nothing but like skateboard videos. I suck at skateboarding. Like I never do it. But I like to watch.
yeah.
You don't like try it? You don't go to parks and just cruise?
I bought a skateboard once. I busted my head in front of his house. It wasn't like a regular skateboard. It had like the bigger wheels. It
Like
was
a longboard, mini board.
It was
Oh.
kind of like not exactly the longboard.
Board. Yeah, they're
Maybe.
like this.
Little big wheels.
Yeah, they got the
And
pointy
big-
front.
Yes.
Yeah, and
Those are for like carving.
what is that carving women like?
It means like when you're skating, you're gonna like get like
okay.
yeah. But don't take it on the hill. Longboard is for a hill. A regular board is for all around, but the mini boards are just quick.
I think it was a regular board type shit. But it just had bigger wheels. It looked like those Bart Simpson looking skateboards.
Oh
You know what I'm talking about?
Okay, yeah.
The back is like flat, but the front is point. But we always like setting up little ramps, like for the bike or whatever. Like, so we set up a ramp for the skateboard. I was like, man, I want to try to get some air with it. And I had him recording me, and I would start from far away, and we're right there in the middle of the street in front of his house. And I kept trying to do it, and I couldn't do it. I was like, man, just keep recording. I'm gonna keep doing it. I gotta go faster, you know.
And the
I
ramp
went
was
in. made
of like just a piece of wood. Like,
Yeah, it was.
And
It was,
bricks.
Yeah, no.
it was just like some trash, some plywood, like. And I remember that last one. I was going as fast as I could, fast, and I actually got in the air. But when I landed, only one of my feet landed on the board, so I just like slipped. I just went back, and my head went right into his sister's car. I just said boom, like kind of dented a little bit. I just remember black. I was like, oh shit! All my friends picked me up. I could feel myself in the air, but I still couldn't see. I was just like dizzy as. And when I finally could like see, I was like by his front door. They're like, all right, you're good. Like don't do that no more. Like.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Tough it up.
We still ride him here and there because he had the longboard. He got the longboard first, and so he would ride around.
Yeah,
I thought that
thanks
shit
to
was
my
fun.
sister.
So you're the better skater.
No. I just should I tell you? The first longboard I bought, thanks to my sister. I found her money stash and I took 500, I think. It was like around 500, and we went to Zoomies, and I didn't tell him where the money came from.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, I'm gonna buy this longboard. It was like a big one, and I told him, hey, when we get to the house, just be like, you gave it to me as a gift. And then weeks later, my sister's like tripping, and she's like, where's my money? I don't know. I don't know.
Nah, he tried to.
I blamed one of her good homegirls, and they're not. They didn't.
Because his sister was already like, I don't know if I should trust her or not.
Yeah.
Jaime was just like, you shouldn't.
He
like,
shouldn't. She spent the night. She got kicked out of her house, so she had to spend the night at our house, and I was like, makes sense now. So blame her.
That's actually kind of smart.
See, you guys can tell all the secrets you want here, man, because we only have we don't have the big podcast, so you guys can tell all the secrets and not even care.
On her wedding, I told her the truth. I was like, hey, it was me. So I gave her 500.
On her wedding?
It was like a couple months ago, so I was like, here's the 500.
They already knew. There was nothing to confess. He's a horrible liar.
Hey, so speaking of like how like y'all have known each other for a grip, like a long
time now.
Yeah. How did this like transition into from y'all being
Grip?
like a long time, like a grip.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? How did y'all transition into friends and then working into like
Comedy together,
comedians?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, just in general, like working together, you guys started.
Well, I started going to open mics when I was like 19, I think. Late 18, early 19, something like that. And he would always go with me, and our other buddy Tony. Jaime was like really excited about it from the get-go because he's always been like a big ass comedy fan.
Oh, word.
So then, once I got like more into like the Dallas comedy scene, I would tell him sometimes like, man, you should go up, you should try it with her. And he tried it. He tried maybe like 2 mics, like in 2017.
Yeah.
And he was like, nah, that's not me with her. And yeah, like. He just didn't really get into it. I always knew he kind of wanted to, but he was like, nah, he kind of had his own thing going. I do like videography, photography and stuff. But so around 2021, we actually had like a falling out. And
There was some coupon. It started coupon.
A coupon?
nah, it wasn't a coupon.
Just a bit.
But anyway, we had falling out. So then later on, 2022, things started like taking off for me, and started touring with her, and earlier this year, we started like kicking it again, and he was doing videography more successfully now. Because before he was working at a Metro PCS, and he would just do like videos and stuff at night when he could, and like. So I would tell him like, do you want to come on the road with us and stuff? And first he was like, nah, like I built this because he would do like for nightclub videography, or he'd do photography for a lot of the. Yeah.
I had like clubs I worked at.
Yeah, or he'd take pictures of like different, like how some clubs have like the bar and grill. He'd take pictures of the food for their menu and shit. Yeah. So just like gigs like that. And he was like, nah, I don't know if I should go.
They pay for that?
Yeah, they have to.
Oh, wow,
Yeah.
Food. And
Don't get me wrong, he was making like $250 a week, but nah. I told him, I was like, you want to come on the road? Like, you can come on the road as many gigs as you want, just record the shows and shit.
Yeah.
And at first he was like, nah, well, I might do this gig, that gig, whatever. Then he came to Chicago with us to record.
Right.
And I had already told the guys about him, the other guys that were touring with us.
Yeah.
I'd already told them stories about him, and I was like, man, dude, like, funny, like, just naturally funny, like.
Yeah.
And so, being there near us and stuff, he would pitch ideas like, what if I went on stage and I said this and that. And I'm telling you, bro, I know he always wanted to do it because I know this fool. So in Chicago, I was like, throw Jaime 5 minutes.
Yeah, 5.
Throw Jaime 5 minutes tonight. And they put him on the lineup. He's like, oh shit, you for real? And man, for somebody who had just never done it before, I'm not gonna say he just crushed it, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, you work at the comedy clubs, bro. You know how it is. Like when you start off, you suck. Don't matter. No matter how great you are now. Like,
nights, man.
Oh,
yeah. Every comic, bro. Every comic, whether it's from Kevin Hart to Fluffy, they start off bad. You know, it starts off like that. But man, I've never seen nobody do as good as Jaime did on his first time. Like he ended up only doing like 3 minutes. Mm-hmm. We told him if you get off early, it's cool. So he did about 3 minutes, and he just talked like if he was talking to like us. He just told a story and it worked. So then like I think the next night we didn't throw you time till like maybe the third night again. And then like by the end of the weekend he just did both shows and shit. And it was going well. It's going really well. And yeah, he just kept doing it. So like I don't know. I always felt like that was him. Like
that's just who he is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Especially at the comedy club. Like from the first night you started there, like you were growing your set even better and better each time, man. Yeah. Like by the end of like the 20th show, man, you already had like a whole new, I don't want to say brand new set, but like you had it like so refined. Yeah. You know what I mean? It was just real cool to see.
I don't even remember what I said. 3 minutes.
Shit, he had us cracking up before you got here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, so the Tiger Belly, you fucking crushed it, dude. Yeah. For real. Yeah, and then you held your own too.
He was a Belief fan. That's why I made sure that he came with me to that podcast.
I wanted to be about it.
Yeah.
And we watched Mad TV and stuff. So.
Oh yeah,
he grew up on that shit. Yeah.
Seeing his old stuff is funny and seeing him probably doing all that stuff. But and even with that, handling Bobby Lee back and forth like that, it was still like great to see, man.
Hey, yeah, you did good. You were like on point, you know what I mean? Because some people kind of stumble.
Yeah.
You know, they'll slow down because Bobby Lee will catch you off guard. You know what I mean? But you're like just.
It's an easygoing podcast right there, man. It was really fun, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the podcasts you do, like you and those people maybe don't click very well, but I felt like that whole podcast was just very easygoing.
Yeah.
That's somebody I could definitely see myself like just hanging out with anytime. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Cool, man.
But I usually don't even like. I went the longest without doing any podcast just because I'm like I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't even look you in the eyes right now. But I'm not good at conversating with people that I just like.
Yeah.
Just sit there and conversate for an hour. Like this a crazy
like you
task.
said before, right? You're more of an introvert.
Yeah. Yeah. When we were kids, me and this fool, like I would meet people sometimes through him. Maybe like he'll make friends and then I'll meet them, but like I was never the one to like go make the friends. I had to have like a class with you for me to really talk to you. Like I wasn't really outgoing like that. It's just really.
Yeah.
So you think comedy just helped you grow with that,
or has it made it worse?
I don't even know, to be honest. I wouldn't say it helped me grow because like I don't want to grow.
Yeah. Hey, but how does it feel, though? Honestly, like the way you just blew the F up, you know what I mean?
Dude.
So fast. Dude, like this is nuts. Like you're all over the internet. You're all over Cowabunga. Watch it. Netflix.
Definitely.
Watch it. Like and subscribe.
I don't know. I mean, I like that people are coming to shows. I want new people to always continue to come to shows. It feels good. I mean, I guess I've always felt the pressure. Like when we were back, he was working at Metro. I was working at the barbershop. I used to feel the pressure where I was like, I really need to make it. I really want to make comedy happen. So like, I was always writing. I was always performing, whatever. And then once things took off, I was like, well, I still feel the pressure because like now I don't want to go back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I can't go back. I burned my bridges already.
I stole all that shit.
He's not gonna be happy. No, it's funny. We're in San Antonio and I'm outside the escalators, and this lady that came from the second show, she was like, "Oh, she just like he wasn't that funny, but he's Latino, so I have to support him." Like, what are you doing here?
Did she say that?
Yeah, she was talking to me.
Why would she say that?
I don't know. That's like a form of racism in its own. I feel like because I get that a lot in San Antonio.
Oh yeah.
I feel like the crowds, like right now we're in Austin. people watching, right? I feel like the crowds that I've gotten in Austin, I wasn't able to do 20 shows. I was able to hit 10 shows. But I feel like the majority of the audience gets all my jokes.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are closer to my age.
Yeah.
In San Antonio, once I started getting into the jokes, I could tell that maybe like 60-70% of the audience was really fucking with me. And the other ones were just older Hispanics who were like, huh? You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you don't even know who I am. Like, my style really, like, yeah, like, you thought I was something else maybe, you know?
Yeah.
But so that happens a lot. But that's why, no offense to San Antonio, I still love going to San Antonio. I'm going to still go there anytime I can go. But San Antonio and maybe like every other crowd in like California gets that effect. But if you go to like Austin, Denver,
the white people cities.
Kinda, yeah. Yeah. If you go to like Austin, Denver, Sacramento, San Francisco, Chicago, you know, as far as Mexicans go, not like Latinos in general, but as far as Mexico goes, New York too, like, well, I guess New York you have to include Latinos, because New York everybody comes out.
Yeah.
But as you go to those cities, yeah, it's gonna be, I'm gonna kill way harder than I would kill like in San Antonio or like even LA sometimes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird. LA could go.
20.
Yeah.
Dude, that's nuts.
But I'm telling you, like, you'll see that it's like 99% like these people are like, they know me, they know my jokes, they know my style, like they're fans, you know. But like I'm saying, then you go to like San Antonio or like even some of the crowds like in Phoenix. Yeah, it's like
the viejitos and viejitas.
Yeah, once it gets a little older, you know what I mean? Like they think they're fans, and maybe they are, or maybe because they're supporting, at least they're spending money. But you can see it in their face. They're kind of like, with some of the jokes, they're like, they're like, what's this one?
Or they only see the little 30-second clips.
Yeah, so maybe now that they get to know me, they're like, oh yeah, maybe this wasn't really my thing after all. You know what I'm saying?
And then now they're not fans anymore.
Yeah, because I mean, we see that a lot, like in the comedy club there, because we always see people who leave shows there, and it's like, oh, I didn't like him or anything like that. They see, like, we had Chad Daniels a while ago, and we had some white people. He was hilarious, great guy. But there were some people who left because, like, we didn't think he was gonna be like this. You know what I mean?
How like kind of dirty he can get or raunchy. Like he'll say some real shit, you know, like. And you at first glance you might think like, oh, it's like a friendly family comic, and then he goes up there, he says some real shit, and you make a face, and he's like, what? You make that face for? Like he'll double down, you know.
Shit, we had Arnez, and then this dude had this fucking spray, and he would opener. She would go around the whole club
spraying his like,
and it was pungent, dude. It was like, oof.
He was like selling it on stage, saying like, you know, it's like
he
this.
He said he was like a chemist or something like that. Yeah. So then people were like, ooh, like. No,
they're like watching him, and then his guest spot would be like, psh, psh, like right behind them.
Yeah, you see, because that's the crowd, you know. What I mean? They'd be like, hey,
because he would say like, oh, I'm spraying it up here, but you in the back will smell it. So I sprayed it, man. There were some people that got pissed off because they were still kind of eating or finishing their food. It's just
yeah. So. Dude, what got you into cars? Like, is Nissan like your favorite vehicle or?
Nissans and Chevys.
Yeah.
I like all the brands. Don't get me wrong. Over there, maybe Ford is my least favorite.
I hate Ford.
But I still like some shit, you know.
Yeah.
But when we were kids, we had another friend named Mark, and his uncle and his uncle's friends would like street race.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for money.
They had.
Alright, we would go drifting too.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Well, like we were like in the 4th grade though, but he would just tell me about his uncle and his friends, and I think his uncle's whole crew just had Nissans.
Oh, word.
So that was my introduction into. And my dad always loved cars. My dad had a body shop when I was a kid.
Oh,
But my
really?
dad always loved the classics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like muscle and like classic Chevys and shit like that. Classic Fords. And,
Yankos and
yeah, all that shit.
SSs and yeah.
So my dad was always into that. So that was always there. Like a love for cars was always there. But I was always with my friends, and so Mark would tell me about these Nissans and shit, and he introduced me to like what a Nissan 240 SX was, what a Datsuns were, what a Skyline was.
I have one.
A Datsun?
No, a 240 SX with an SR20 swap.
For real?
I got a black top in it.
Man, you gotta show me some pictures.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So he would always tell me about these cars, and you know, like I don't know, he just got me really into them. He introduced me to Skyline, and I just fell in love with the Skyline. Yeah. So I was like the Chevys and the Nissans, like that was my main thing. Right now, that's all I do with my money really is like I bought some Chevys that I really like, and
What'd you get?
I'm on the hunt for a Skyline. I got so my 2 main dream cars was always a 96 Super Sport Impala and a Nissan Skyline, an R34, the GTR. Has to be GTR.
It's not legal yet.
No, not
It's
yet.
almost there.
Next
But
year.
The 33 is legal.
The 33. Next year, the R34s are gonna be flooding though.
Oh my god. You know how much they're going for? I mean, you
Like
could afford it.
100 to 120K.
Yeah.
I can't afford it yet, but I'll get there. Watch. But yeah, so the first one I bought was a '96 Super Sport Impala. Actually, there's a dude named Theo that would go to the barbershop I worked at, and he'll like buy and sell like Chevys, like a lot of classic Chevys or whatever. And one day, cause my barber cuts that guy's hair, right?
Yeah.
And one day he was showing my barber the pictures. He's like, "Yeah, I got this Impala. I've been sitting on it for a little while." He's like, it's like right. It looks like it just came out the factory. It's a '96 Super Sport Impala.
Word.
It's like it doesn't even have 2,000 miles on it yet. And my barber called me over. He's like, look, don't you like these? He's like, look at this car he has. I was like, damn. I was like, sell it to me. Where? And then like the next time he came to the shop, I was like, you still got it? He's like, yeah. I was like, sell it to me. But I was just bullshit. Everybody at the barbershop knows how broke I was. Like, but I told him, I said, what if you hold it for me, man? I said, hold it for me for at least 1 year. I was like, I guarantee you, like by like February of 2023, I can buy it. Just give me 1 year. Like, I feel like I'll be able to make it happen by then. Just give me 1 year. I can make comedy happen. Or I'll save the money. Just hold it. Just don't sell it to nobody. Just hold it. And he said, you for real? And this dude, I mean, this is what he does for a living. So he was like, I don't know. But then he was like, all right, Ralphie. He's like, you want me to hold it? I'm gonna hold it, little Ralphie. And he held it, and shit started taking off later that year, which I guess motivated him more to hold it. He started telling my, my barber, he's like, hey, I think little Ralphie's actually gonna be able to buy it. Like,
he's got money now.
So February came, and I texted him. I said, man, like, just give me 3 more weeks.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go buy it with her. And hell yeah, like, I think it was like March 1st. I went up there and just cashed them out. One payment, like that's mine. I felt like 50 Cent. I Get Rich or Die Trying, like throw something back there.
You should have just thrown it.
Yeah.
It's always nice when you just go with the cash.
Hey, but you got it. You still got it.
Hell yeah. I'll never sell that thing. That's mine. I'm looking to buy more. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'll buy another '96 Impala. I also bought an '87 Monte Carlo luxury sport, but I really want a super sport. But I got a good deal on a luxury sport on an
They
'87.
still have the 350. It's the same motor.
Yeah, but it's like the little front end is different. Also, this one's like blue on blue. I want like a black or that black cherry super sport Monte Carlo, you know.
Yeah.
But I like those a lot, man.
How do you like the midnight purple on the Skylines?
I like that purple. Personally, I want a white one. I always like the white ones.
So actually, it's crazy. I used to work at Nissan, and I was coming back because people would bring Skylines in to get oil changes and stuff, and then we have to like reference the oil filters and the parts and stuff like that from Japan or whatever to maintain those cars. But I was coming back from lunch one day, and I just remember I was drinking like a Big Gulp or something like that, and I'm walking down the street, going back to my stall, and then I see it, and I'm like, no way. And then I get closer, I'm like, holy shit, that's a Skyline. It's an R34. And then I get closer and I see the red and black marks on the side. I was like, it's Nismo.
Oh shit.
And then I get to the back of it and it said Nur. I was like, it's a Nuremberg edition. Holy fuck. You know what I mean? Yeah. So what it was this Motorex, this company called Motorex was ordering cars, but they didn't crash test them. So it was illegal to bring the cars over. So they were taking people's money and they were bringing the cars over, but they weren't legal. Yeah. You know what I mean? So then the government caught onto it and then they confiscated them, all of them. Oh, shit. Yeah, they took all of them back. So that was one that was getting sent back to auction to go back to Japan, right? So what the dude did was, it was kind of slick. He took out the interior, he replaced it with like a R32 interior rather than the R34. And then he swapped out the ECU so it wouldn't run. So only because I do motor swaps, because I like, you know, the SR20, you know what I mean? So I opened up the side panel and I see the number, I researched it, and then it's the wrong ECU. So it's not gonna run. It was for a Pulsar. Have you seen the Pulsars? Oh man, they're little baby Skylines. Okay. So they're SR20s, all-wheel drive, little hatchbacks, and they're monsters, dude. Yeah, the Pulsars. Oh yeah, the Pulsars, dude, so dope. But anyways, yeah, it wouldn't run. So I told him, you know, you're gonna have to get another ECU to get it to run. You know what I mean? But they're like, nah, it's too expensive. Like, just send it off. You know what I mean? But I got to drive it. It putted. Hey, dude, but this is.
That's like a little mad confusing.
Yeah. Because you're like you press the clutch and then you're like, rather than, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's tricky. Yeah.
Man.
But I got to sit in the Nürburgring.
Yeah.
I don't know, man, but this guy's crashed more cars than anything.
That shit.
Yes. Yeah, he goes
look,
pedal
check
to the middle.
it.
Oh, shit.
I crashed my S2000.
Oh, you had an S2000?
Yeah.
What you got?
I had an Infiniti G37X S, and then I had I had three 240s.
Damn.
Yeah, and then I had two of them with two SR20s, one from Japan and one from Australia, the motors, and then I got my Nissan Titan. I'm all Nissan.
Yeah.
And then I had a Nissan Juke. Yeah, so.
I love Nissans, man. I wanted to work at a dealership one time, just to learn more about Nissans, but there's a lot of jobs that I wanted to do just to try them, but I never did them just because I always made sure comedy was my first priority. Yeah. That's why I just stuck to cutting hair. Like I've been knowing how to cut hair since I was 13, but I only stuck to it as like my job, just so that because it gave me the flexibility to like leave to open mics, leave to shows, miss work whenever I wanted. Like it was up to me, you know.
Yeah, because you guys pretty much just pay your rent for the chair, right?
Yeah, as long as my rent was paid for the chair, like I'll make my own hours, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same way like a tattoo parlor.
Yeah, same way. Yeah.
Oh, word.
Yeah. Like same thing with the owner. Like he doesn't make money off the actual people getting the haircuts, more off the rent of the chairs.
Yeah, booth rent.
Yeah.
Some barbershops are different. Some might do like commission off each haircut or whatever, but if you go to a barbershop or any type of like haircutting place where they pay the barbers hourly, you're gonna get a fucked up haircut. You go to like supercuts and shit. Yeah.
Hey, we have like the baddest barbershop in San Antonio.
Yeah.
Oh, word. Southtown Barbers. Oh, dude.
Yeah, dude. He's like done. He's cutting hair for the Spurs before. He's done it for where he's gone out to other
celebrities that are in town. Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah,
man. But I mean, you're more about the kicks than anything, brother, or are you more about shoes or anything like that?
I even about shoes.
No, I don't know.
That makes me laugh.
I don't know. I'm just here. I'm just here.
You're not into like the cars or anything like that?
I don't have a car. I don't even have a car. I've crashed cars, but I
What
don't
did
have.
Daytona 500 have?
Oh man! One time, I had like a racing shirt and this hat, and I went to Starbucks, and the guy was like, "You into racing?" What? I said, "You into racing? You got the hat and this?" I'm like, "No, bro. I'm just here. I'm just wearing it." Oh, never mind. But, no, what am I into? I don't know.
Well, you're more photography, man. 'Cause I saw your stuff on Instagram. That shit is dope, dude. Like, with all your photography, like that's something that I mean, I've tried it with just the camera phone, iPhones. I mean, it's little thangles, but
Everything was captured on my Galaxy Note.
no.
Bullshit.
That's photography and movies.
I'm slowly learning now about video editing. It's a lot that goes into it.
Yeah.
I want to take maybe a semester and learn how to do better video editing myself.
Yeah.
I could YouTube it, man, but I'm over here. I don't know. I'm more of like hands-on versus like someone. I need someone there to be like, all right, this is what you need to do, or give me a project to do, and I'm like, yeah, yeah, definitely.
You need a dojo.
A dojo. Yeah. I would love to make my little amateur anime little video. You know what I mean?
That'd
Like
be dope.
create my own little anime. You know what I mean?
High school, I tried to do a claymation, but I gave up. Parks and Recs. When Ben, he makes the claymation for like 3 seconds of less than.
Yeah.
Claymation is hard.
Your dude was supposed to take a step, but it only
Take
went
a
like
picture.
this.
Yeah, like 3 days worth of work.
Yeah.
No, but claymation is cool.
Yeah, that's all
Claymation.
right.
Yeah.
To get behind the scenes for like the Tim Burton movies and stuff
Oh,
like that.
yes.
What was it? The dog one, Wallace.
The dog like Grim or something.
That was Wallace something with the dog and the guy with the head. Yeah.
Yeah, nah, my favorite one was I don't know, Chicken Run.
Chicken Run.
Chicken Run was dope. I
Yeah.
don't remember a whole lot of it, but I remember watching the shit out of
They're
it.
doing
though.
a sequel now for that one.
Yeah, you
And it's
tell me
still-
about
yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's still claymation.
Still
Yeah.
claymation, alright, that's good. I was worried they were kind of like CGI claymation.
No, it's still claymation. That's why it took forever.
It's different.
They've been working on it since 2007.
Like, let's make a sequel. Yeah.
They're like, we got a third of it done. We got a 2030 Chicken Run 2 is coming out.
Oh, yeah, I'm more of a. I know a lot of information, so if you need any information, come to
They
about
call
movies.
him, this is the next Joe Rogan right here. He knows everything about everything.
Need anything? Let me know.
Okay, so you're more guy like I just dabble in everything versus kind of like sink into something. That's what I see more than right.
I think so.
Yeah. I'm the same way. I know a lot about nothing. Just stuff. You know what I mean? You ask me stuff about a pangolin or like science. Yeah. The animal. The
pangolin?
yeah.
Pangolin.
What is that?
It's an armored shelled mammal.
It's armored.
It looks like a long armadillo kind of.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a pangolin. Yeah, and they actually tuck up like
armadillo?
yeah.
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 It's more it's just like an Asian armadillo.
Yeah.
Kinda.
Asian armadillo?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're not over here.
No.
Asian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
They
a-
kind of made fun of it on South Park. Yeah, like that was kind of the start of the coronavirus.
They effed it. They effed it.
Yeah. With Mickey Mouse. Yeah.
Damn, this is my first time hearing about that.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. I got dude. Everybody trips out on me because I got extensive knowledge of just stuff.
Useless that
He
shit.
uses that shit. Like, well, you
I
know,
can't use it.
He goes like, you guys know about a penguin?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Sorry.
Why you tell me about the penguin?
I'm be like, when y'all leave, I'm gonna be like, what the f was that? He brought up that penguin shit. We didn't know nothing about it.
Made me look stupid. Right.
What have you been sleeping on? That one over there?
Yeah.
Why is this one also undone then?
I switched sides.
You just
Well, it's because the AC unit's right there, so I was like, I'm cold.
sometimes you hop over and you're like, all right, this bed is too cold now. Let me hop over here.
This was just.
This was doing Goldilocks shit.
Yeah.
I was just,
I have to sit in front of the AC at the hotel, man. Like, I can't.
Yeah.
It's warm.
I have to keep it cold, man. Every hotel I get to, I gotta put it like at 67.
Yes. Shit, I drop it as low as it goes. Drop it. You know what I mean?
It's all snowing. It's ruining it.
And guaranteed I'm naked too.
That's why I don't go to his house. I honk first outside. Like, beep, beep, beep. Like, I'm here. I give him a.
Come on in.
Like,
I just wait out here.
Oh, yeah, I'm good.
Oh man,
Dude,
like
we met each other at the comedy club,
Yeah.
man.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and it's been about a year.
yeah, over a year now.
Over a year, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that, I mean, for most people, I guess that wouldn't be too long, but we just hit it off real good, man.
Yeah. Yeah, well, cause I'm real out there. I'm a real out there kind of person. Like I just, I like to live life. You know what I mean?
No.
So I threw an idea at him, but we just kind of connected at 1st. You know what I mean? I threw an idea at him about a podcast, and then he liked it. He liked my ideas. So then he like fine-tuned it. You know what I mean? So then we got to get to talk to you. You know what I mean?
Because he got his house, but he was cleaning it up because he got it back. But when he brought me to it, I was like, if you want to do a podcast, man, you can't do it here. You know what I mean? And then that's when it was like, well, that's when he invited me to be more actually hands-on and be part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Because I've always wanted to do one, but it was never like, never really had like a fine idea of like how to do it. If anything, it was just like strictly anime. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? But we wanted to be all San Antonio based, all San Antonio stuff, everything about it. And I was like, all right, if we're gonna do it, man, like you gotta let me go balls to the wall. Like let me get everything. Let me just try to like fine tune it. You know what I mean? Grab all his ideas and kind of just like all shit up. You know what I mean?
Appreciate y'all coming all the way to Austin.
No, yeah.
For those people watching, it's a fucked up way how this podcast came to be. They asked me to do the podcast in San Antonio, and they were like, and I was like, yeah, just shoot me the address of where we're gonna record at, and I'll be there like at 11 or whatever. And then I took like fucking more than half a bar of mushrooms and got really drunk. And while I was just tripping, I was like, you gotta tell him I'm not gonna make that podcast, bro. Like,
You couldn't even do it.
I was like, yeah, I was like, when I'm on that much mushrooms, like I can't even look at my phone. I was like, you gotta tell him I can't do it. Like, I was like, these mushrooms are gonna wear off like at 7 in the morning, and I'm just gonna pass out. I already know it. That's every mushroom trip I take. If I take the amount I took, I'll take them like, I'll take a good amount, like a good amount, and I usually take them around midnight. So it won't wear off until like about sunrise, and that
doesn't sound fun at all.
oh, for me it's fun. Yeah, and then at the minute they wear off, I just knock out. Like my brain is tired, but I'll go into like deep, heavy sleep.
Oh
Yeah, like heavy sleep.
What's it like?
Amazing.
He's like, I'm on it right now.
I took some last night, but a smaller dose. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like you feel super, super happy, like way happy. If you take like not too much, I don't know what too much would be, but if you take like a good amount, man, you'll hallucinate. So like, this is why I don't like this hotel. I like that thing. I was in my room. I was staring at that thing for a while with on mushrooms, because like the way things look like they would move, that's the way they kind of move. Yeah, and the more you take, the more things move, like the lines in wood, you'll see those move. You'll just see things move. This will be kind of trippy on mushrooms, like,
Start arguing at a statue and shit.
yeah, like, just, I don't know. I was at a hotel casino once. That's like a badass place to trip on shrooms. The floors, the pictures, like, anything with art. I like going to places with art on the wall, because that shit will be trippy. Anything with lights. Yeah, you just feel really good. But the more you take, like the more like introspective you get, which is good for growth, I guess. But it like makes you sad sometimes. So you feel more intense. You feel way more happy, but you could also feel sad very more intensely.
Oh, no,
So, but sometimes you have bad trips, or you get really depressed or whatever because you start thinking about like real shit.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes you kind of need that. No matter what, you always grow after a trip.
Really?
I feel like you do.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if you do too much, you'll just fry, bro.
I can't be around him whenever he's on mushrooms.
Why?
Remember I told you?
What?
See, I'm the bad person to be around because I'll be talking a lot and
It's because he said this last night. Because he overthinks it, bro. Hyman never really would do shit. Like he'll smoke here and there now or do like some weed edibles, right? But he was never really the type to do anything. He would just watch me do shit. But so
He's like, I don't like that.
yeah, so when he sees me do mushrooms, his first impression I think was like, oh, he's on drugs, like let me do this, and freak like, oh, and I'm like, what are you doing, dumbass? Like, so
Really?
something like that.
yeah, like, but he's being himself, which is funny, you know what I mean? Like, he's the funniest dude I've ever met in my life, in my opinion. But last night at the bar, I was tripping pretty good, and I was just having a good time. And this is the type of shit that will f with anybody's trip. Like if you're on mushrooms, one person could just start to ruin your trip by talking too much or just saying the wrong things. Like, and so he wasn't talking a whole lot. He was just being himself, which was funny. I was having a good time. And then he starts to ruin my trip because he said, I'm probably the worst person to be around on mushrooms, huh? And I was like,
You're like, maybe.
I said, when you said that, yeah. And I was like, but don't take it too personal. It's because mushrooms is a very, like, it kills your ego. It's not about me. So when you're talking about, like, well, I'm the best at this or worst at that, I was like, hey, bro, like, this is the mushroom me type thought I had that night. I told, hey, bro, I was like, life's not about being the worst or the best. Just be you. Shut the up.
Okay.
When you're talking about I'm the best at this or I'm the worst at that, you're like, shut up. You're not the best or the worst at anything. You're a person. Just have fun. Like,
So you want another shot? It's okay.
yeah.
After we came back, I was hungry, and the other guy that were
The wood?
with the wood, he's like, we couldn't drive, so I was like, okay, I'm hungry. I want some tacos, and they recommended Velvet Taco. I never had it. He's like, it's the best. It's the best.
Yeah, for the wood and white people maybe.
We went, and it was they closed at 4. And the one was like down the street. I was like, I never had it. He's like, oh, I'll tell you what to get. And I look at the menu, and it's like, it's a lot of shit. Yeah, you guys.
It's a lot of weird shit, right?
Yeah, and I told the guy, I was kind of tipsy and drunk. I was like, it was like a Mexican guy.
You're pretty drunk, kind of tipsy drunk. You're pretty drunk.
Where's the carne asada with cheese?
And I was like, bro, can I just get like 3 tacos that like lengua or some shit? Like, just I don't want no.
It was like tongue.
I got barbacoa tacos, but once I got the food, it was like corn, radish. It was like a bunch of shit. I'm like, I don't need this. I just. And then he started talking to some random ladies, and I wanted to. No,
I wasn't there.
Oh, okay.
That was
This other guy, the camera guy, and he's just talking to these ladies, and they are like Indian too, and they're like, this is the best Mexican food. I'm like, no,
what do you
it's
mean
not.
Indian too, bro? The wood's not Indian.
Oh my bad. No, I don't know.
The wood is Pakistani.
Oh, okay, yeah. But he was like, the ladies were like, this is like the best Mexican food I ever had. I was like, what are y'all talking about?
That is one of the saddest things about Austin, is hearing like Tex-Mex or like Velvet Taco type places get complimented as Mexican food.
Nah, bro.
It'll just be like my soul.
Yeah. Hey, at least in San Antonio, you get
Oh,
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Have you guys gone down to the valley before? Dude, I still can't, like, compared to the Valley of San Antonio, man, like, I go back home to the valley. I got to, yeah. So.
What the hell you think these are random chicks? That was the wood, man.
I ordered 4 tacos, $40. I'm like, I'm not eating this.
Ah, man, got $10 a taco?
The $5.
Nah.
That's fucked up.
Hell
That's highway robbery.
And then I went back and I told the Mexican guy behind the counter, I was like, how can you work here, bro?
How could you do this to your people?
I said, hey, bro, these tacos are ass. Yeah, I know, but Hey, they pay us pretty good. No, yeah, but
You're worse than like a meth cook. Like, you're poisoning people for profit, you piece of shit.
bro, it was.
At least a meth cook makes addictive food, you know, like addictive.
That's fucking tacos, man.
Taco would be great. Dude, I can't do that. There was one in even LA. I can't get with the
Oh
taco.
yeah.
Dude.
Oh.
Dude,
Really?
I can't, dude.
Oh no, I didn't like it either.
Dude, maybe that's probably
yeah,
what it
that's
is.
probably
Maybe
what
why,
it is,
but
yeah.
they're like, oh, this is like Baja. You know what I mean? I'm over here like,
A comic named Jesus Trejo. I gotta check him out. Jesus Trejo, fucking funny comic, great person. He used to have a show called Tacos con Todo. So he would have like a different guest, whether it be a comic, usually comics, I think, or other type of, just people in the industry, other celebrities or whatnot. And they would have like tacos from a different truck or a different stand in LA.
Oh, yeah.
So one time when I was like, man, this was maybe like 2020, I was a very young comic. He just took me on a taco run in LA where we got like a taco from like 4 or 5 different spots, just back to back. And they're fucking good, yeah. Yeah.
Was it the time we went to LA first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, yeah.
Yeah, you didn't get to go with me, right?
The first time?
On the taco run, though.
Oh, no.
Nah, I left them behind.
But no.
one I really want to try is like Danny Trejo. Like,
his tacos?
yeah, I want to try that.
He's got his autograph. He met him.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. I met him at a convention. Like, he just kind of just showed up just to kind of just be there, you know what I mean? And then he started getting like, well, a lot of people obviously saw him. They're like, oh, we can get an autograph, or like, where's your booth? And he's like, well, I don't got a booth. And I guess one of the convention managers saw that. I was like, well, we can just throw you one if you want, you know what I mean? People, and it's like, well, I only have like whatever I have in my trunk of like whatever stuff I got. And then he's like, all right, let's sell it and charge whatever you want. He's like, when he got there, he's like, all right, well, I got all this stuff. If you want, we can get it signed and stuff. So I got to meet him there. He only had like maybe at max like 80 things to sell, like a max. So I was think maybe lucky enough to get like the 40 something. But yeah, it's like he has like just his picture, kind of like a comic book style color and stuff like that with his signature on that. And he was super nice, man. He was like one of the
I've heard nothing but good things about that dude. Hey, Danny Trejo. you know about his finger.
You didn't hear me? I said,
You ever seen that movie Heat with Robert De Niro and Al Pacino? Danny Trejo. When Danny Trejo and Robert De Niro finds him and he's like just laid out on the ground, they like beat the shit out of him. He's like within an inch of his life. It's like, don't leave me like this. Take my hand. Like, he just wants him to kill him, you know? I was like, I can't feel nothing. I always feel like that. Like the minute I'm like the slightest bit sick, I'm just like, I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, my shit was all swollen. He came to my house. I was on the couch. I was like, he's like, what's going on? I was like, don't leave me like that. Kill me. Bro, I got a stomach flu on the way over here to Austin. This is like the first morning that I'm actually feeling good. The shrooms cured me. And I got But my first night here, bro, on the way here, I was just like fever. I woke up throwing up like a shitload of times, like diarrhea and shit. And so the whole ride over here, I was just in the back of the car. He was in the front with Luis driving. I was just in the back, and Luis stopped for gas, and Jaime was just in the passenger. And I was just like, Jaime.
yeah.
I was like, don't leave me like this. And I started telling him, I was just like, I was like, bro, I was like, if you were somehow to get an extra room key to my room, and you were just to go into the night and suffocate me with a pillow, I was like, if I went to heaven or hell, like, I wouldn't be mad at you. I was like, just kill me.
You're so stupid.
I was like, I wouldn't be mad. I was like, if anybody deserves to kill me, it's you. Like, I'd be okay with you.
No, yeah, he wasn't doing meet and greets, and there's people waiting outside Cap City in the back. Hey, is Ralph coming out? And the security guard's like, nah, he's not coming out at all. And what did that lady say? Oh, it was a husband. He walked away. Said, hey, he don't show no love. and like everybody just started walking away, and I forgot what I said, but
They don't show no love. I went out to the stage and I let them know, bro, like I'm sick. Yeah. I feel like I still gave them a good show. I think that they were, I don't know, maybe they didn't believe me I was sick.
I mean, that's props to you to still go out, man. Yeah, like, I always appreciate comments
That's
that do that.
professionalism.
Bro, you can ask him. I ran off the stage and just went straight to the restroom to throw up. Like,
Damn.
I was like, he's not coming out, but hey, I'm here, guys.
Start leaving.
Aw.
Hey, who was that one guy that got that sick?
Oh,
the
what-
Canadian guy.
Canadian guy.
Yeah, the one that I almost got fired for my first day on the job.
Oh, yeah. But, oh, dude, I don't remember his name.
I don't.
Canadian guy, right here.
Yes.
I forgot his name, but I don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
He's funny as a bitch.
Yeah. He's dope. He's dope. But he like, it was like my second day on the job, and they were like, Santi told me, he was like, hey, you need to go over there. You need to check that woman because she's on her phone. So like I was peeping in because they locked off the sides. It wasn't a full thing, right? And then I'm standing there and I'm just like this, and I'm just waiting for her, but I'm in the dark, kind of. You know what I mean?
They had the curtains up and everything.
So then he was like, he was messing with the crowd, and he goes, "And you, who are you?" And I'm like, "Oh man." And then he was like, "Are you like security?" I was like, "Kinda." And it was all white crowd, so they were like, "Oh, you know what I mean? Like this Mexican guy." I don't know. So then he was like, what are you trying to do? I was like, hey, don't worry. Like, we're all Mexicans here. And
But no, it wasn't that. He's like, is there something I gotta be worried about? And he's like, nah, it's just all Mexicans in here. You know what I mean? And he's like, what's wrong with the Mexicans in here?
The crowd was like, the whole crowd. But,
13
but what I meant was like, we got you, like you're good.
Yeah.
But the way I said it, it came off really bad.
Yeah.
And then even the manager was like, hey, get your ass out of here.
Get out of that corner spot.
She's like, why would you let him go over there?
I was just more like, I was trying to make him stop the girl because I was on the other side, making sure my side wasn't acting up. But I was trying to give him a chance to try to show him the ropes. It was the same day.
Yeah.
But I was like, damn it, he started talking to the comedian on stage. I was like,
I don't really think I rely too much on security. Like when you would walk me to the stage, like I know it's your job, but my thing is like if somebody kills me on the way to the stage, I deserved it. Just let me die. I also don't mind going by myself just because like I got a lot of tension, bro. So it's where like somebody puts out a high five and I'm like, oh, what's up, right? And then they grab and they don't want to let go. And I love to be like, no.
just punch someone out. Keep going on stage.
We don't.
TMZ or whatever.
I can't get too much into detail, but we don't whoop some ass on the road, bro. You got Jesus and Luis, they got my back, bro.
I can't fight.
I got the camera.
You used to bang back in the day or what?
Nah.
Really?
Nah. I was out.
Scheme.
Yeah. I tried when I was a teenager. I tried being like hard and shit, but
we're at a bar last night, and the came in who dressed like he was from 2006.
oh yeah, some thug ass dude. He had his baggy ass shorts down to his ankles and big ass tall tee. He was shorter than me. That shit was funny.
And it's weird,
Mexican dude.
a weird outfit for that bar. It was like a Wonder Bar. It's like lights and all this shit, and
It's a little gay. But it was fun.
this is stuff that Ralph's like, what the hell are you bringing me in here?
I was cool. I was tripping. Like that's a great place to trip.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh, you should go to Bombshells.
bombshells.
Yeah.
I've been to the bombshells in Dallas.
Oh, the ones here is cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, some dude walked in. He looked like Lil Boosie on his first album cover or some shit. This is short Mexican dude. I'm like, bro, like
With his Ben Davis and his Dickies.
yeah, he had like some fucking
His G Nikes.
Yeah, he did.
Big ass white tees, little cap to the back and shit. He had shades on right inside and shit. I was like,
He
bro,
just
we
got
don't get your 2000 Soldier Boy Taylor looking at.
Shit, man. We do appreciate you guys taking your time, man. Especially since I know you guys do have your shows. You know, you guys always rest and everything. Especially since I saw you guys, you were a little under the weather. I was like, man, well, maybe the fourth time's a charm.
I know I'm here and I'm over here having a great week.
Yeah, bro. Like, he don't ever want to. He's always like, oh yeah, I'm down, just hang out, do whatever. Like, he's like, yeah, we'll go to the mall. But the minute that I got like food poison or stomach flu, whatever, and I'm dead. He's like, you wanna go to this restaurant? You wanna eat wings? You wanna go to Top Golf? You wanna go to arcade? I'm like, bro, I can't do shit. The minute I can't do shit, you wanna do everything, bro. Like,
Hey, well, another friend of ours told me, he confessed that he was like, you know why Ralph didn't show up to your podcast, right? And I was like, what's up? And he was like, I fed him too many mushrooms. Eddie,
that was one of the door guys there.
oh, I didn't know he gave the guys the mushrooms, but I am a fiend, so like, I saw there was mushrooms there, and they were like, hey, he said, I think like Luis or somebody was just like, hey, here's like 3 bars, it's like one for each of us, and I was like, all right. And then I saw, I think Jaime brought an extra, like a big bar,
yeah.
and he was like, hey, tell Jesus this is for him, like somebody left this for him, and he left it right there. But Jesus wasn't there, so I'm like, and Jesus was looking for it. I was like, nope.
it's gone.
But then later on, I felt kind of bad. So that night, I told him, I was like, hey, bro, like, how much do you want for it? Because they did bring it. I was like, but I don't want to give it to you. I was like, I'll buy it from you. And he was like, do you want to trade, like, your bar for this bar? I said, no. I said, I want my bar and I want this bar.
I want all the bars.
And he was like, well, you just keep it, bro. I think he didn't want to like argue. Because I've gotten into arguments. This is how I know I'm like a fiend for it. I've gotten into arguments with him about mushrooms before. I'm that dude, bro. I'll be like, well, that's not fair because the mushrooms are here. Like, and so, yeah, I've never been a microdose guy, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Never. Like, I'm always like, if I'm a trip, I'm a trip.
Go hard, yeah. Hey, so you have any plugs?
Man, watch my Netflix special, Cowabunga. Go to my website or my Instagram. My website is barbosacomedy.com. My Instagram is Ralph Barbosa03. And cop tickets to the super cool ass tour starting 2024.
I mean, you want to do your plugs too?
Any Korean barbecue places? No.
Appreciate y'all, man.
I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everyone for watching Pulse. Please like and subscribe. Guys, enjoy the rest of your night.